Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the February 6th trade update. Last Friday was quite a surprise for us. We had a fantastic unemployment report, and it pushed us up past our resistance here in the S&Ps. Also, particular to Russell, that pushed us right in through our resistance area up until our next point here. What can I say about the markets other than bullish, bullish, bullish? The sentiment is bullish. The charts are bullish. The VIX, if you look at the VIX on a 2-year chart, it looks like it still has more to drop. The RVX looks like it still has more to drop. We have a little bit to go to hit the Dow is the exception here. The Russell, realistically, its real resistance area is going to be up here near the new highs, which is around 865, 870. The SPX real resistance is going to be up here around the old highs, 1370. The Nasdaq is in a clear breakout territory. It just happens to be overextended. And the Dow is actually right at resistance, and this guy could go either way. It almost seems that the Dow has been kind of dictating what's been going on. Like I said, when the Dow pushes into the resistance area, the market's going to go up until the Dow gets here, and the Dow is here. So here's the big question mark. Do we get a significant retracement at this point, or do we start to, or does the Dow break up and keep going? If you listen to the sentiment in the marketplace, they believe it's going to keep going, which tells me that since people are so bullish, we're at high risk of a reversal here. Not to be a contrarian per se, but when people are the most bullish is when something happens, and next thing you know, everybody's scooting out of here. Because what's been happening really is you have all your swing traders and your value investors or whatever. They're looking for a pullback to enter this rally. If we do not get a pullback, then at some point they just cave in and go with the crowd and they jump in. And at that point, they have a bunch of trades on without, they're long without a real good control point. So as soon as the market reverses, that can put us into a real tailspin to the downside. So we'll have to see what happens here. It'll be very interesting. So right now, my market opinion is, I have to go along with the crowd and say that although there may be a pullback, I'm still in the bullish camp. I still think the markets are going up, with the understanding that when things are like this is when we get some when the volatility picks up and we start getting some big moves. So just be careful out there with your income trades, and obviously if you go directional bullish, you got to be careful out there because the market can turn on a dime. For all we know, we could be back down at 12,250 in a couple of days. So anyway, my sentiment is bullish, but I'm not real confident in either direction at this point. We just kind of have to wait and see till this irrational rally stops and we can get a new low set, so we can kind of get a determination of what way the market wants to go. As far as our trades, the 55-day or bearish butterfly, being a bearish trade in nature, does not like this. We put this trade on, I don't know, it was somewhere back in this range here in December, and we've just had 5 straight weeks of up movements without any retracements. That is the most challenging market to trade this trade in. This stuff is fine, this stuff is fine, this was fine, but this here with just no retracements and the blow off in towards expiration, this actually took us out of that trade at maximum loss on Friday, and actually some of the trades, well, my live trade hit about maximum loss. The guidelines trades actually exceeded it by a fair amount, because this move was just like I said, this end move was just too much for that trade in particular. Nothing to feel bad about. This trade's been a winner since 2010, so it's been over a year since I've experienced a loss in this, and we plan for losses throughout the year. Usually 2 losses and 10 wins, so we have 1 loss this year. That sets us up really nicely for the rest of the year, especially if the market starts pulling up into this range here. We're going to be so overbought at that point that's going to be some really good setups for that trade. As far as the M3 trade goes, As you know from last week, I was as at the opinion that we were going to roll over right around in this area. So I set up for a retracement down to here this week. And on Friday, we had this large up move. I was a little short. I was short more delta than I wanted to be. So that put me in a position like this. So I was in a position where I was more negative delta than I wanted to be. And that move up put me down like $500. Now this has a loss number of 750 on it. So being down $500, it wasn't a whole lot more that I could do with this thing. I could hold it. I didn't like being negative theta and positive vega in the position, concerned that the T plus zero line might drop out. I went ahead and I decided to what I call lock the position down, where I just planning on now just trying to break back even out of this. So what I did is I came in and I did a 780 800 call vertical. And now I'm in this position. Now my maximum loss being 750, it can only be even hit from here to here. That being the case, I'm perfectly comfortable staying in this position and letting some time go by and see if we can get a significant market movement from here. Let the market decide what it wants to do. Realistically, if this T plus zero line is goofy right now, they're having some bad options pricing down here or something, but realistically, if this pulls back anywhere into this area, if we can get a pullback into here, I will actually be when this T plus zero line straightens out, probably only down maybe $200 or something like that. If that's the case, it's game on again. I can reposition myself. I'll have enough money left before max loss to reposition myself and possibly make a profit this month. If that does not happen, I am just going to gradually put myself into a position where I cannot exceed my maximum loss on the upside. I will hold this till expiration, and we'll see how it goes. So those are my two scenarios that may happen. Either way, this trade, because of my market opinion, kind of got beat up. And like I said, I played to my market opinion. It didn't work out for me. Hey, it happens sometimes. Again, this is a trade that's a very good winner. Rarely ever takes a loss, and when it does, it's very small. So, I'm perfectly happy with what's going on here, and I will decide when I'm going to enter March shortly. I'd like to see the irrationalness in the market. It doesn't make sense to me that we're up this much money in this period of time under these conditions. So as soon as it starts to make sense to me again, I will enter my other position. So this is all we have on for February right now. Not terrible, but it's not a real good chance of doing anything with this month. So February is there. As far as March goes, again, I did not get into the M3 trade. The March bearish butterfly is looking like this. On Friday, I sold out the 760, which was down here. I purchased an 800 and an 820. The position is down. It was looking a little worse this morning. It was up around here, but it's down, $1,100, which is again not a big deal at this point. It's perfectly fine. I believe as long as the market goes there gradually and doesn't shoot up there, I can withstand a move up into this resistance area up here at 860. However, if people actually, or the traders actually start to sell this off and the bears can take control, we'll be up money on this and all will look good. So there's no issues with this position at this point, and we'll just have to wait and see on the Feb M3 trade. And that's it for today. Thank you, and I'll keep you updated if we have to move anything. Bye.